Hey everyone, Lita here. Long time since I have posted a video. If you're new here and you like all things involving journals, sketchbooks, and stationery, then you are in the right place. Stick around and consider hitting that subscribe button. So let's get into why I'm posting a video today. It is literally, today is July 1st. So at the beginning of this year, I changed from, I had been using Astrology before that, and in 2021 I decided to get an Hobonichi Cousin Avec in A5 size. So if you're not familiar with Hobonichi, the Cousin Avec, it comes in two parts. There's January through June and July through December. They give you two books. It's completely pre-printed out. You have a yearly section, you have a monthly section, you have a dailies section. There's a little notes section, there's some extra pages in the back, and there's the calendars in the front too. They give you actually 3 years of full calendar. And so that was a big part of what drew me to the Hobonichi, on top of the fact that it's Zantomo river paper, which is very thin. And it's nice quality. It's pretty strong, it's firm, it's good. So yeah, the fact that you could get an Avec that broke the year down into two parts and that it was pre-printed was good for me, because as much as I have loved Astrology in the past and other dotted notebooks, like I've tried other different types of brands as well, like Scribbles That Matter, Archer and Olive, you know, the thicker paper. Sorry if I scoot my chair up. So I've tried other things, but yeah, I decided that in 2021 I wanted to go with the Hobonichi, the Cousin Avec. And so since today is the first day where I'm supposed to start into this book, the second half of the year, I thought it would be a good time for me to do a little comparison. I'm going to take out this pen. I tell you normally what I have. Let me get my little messy thing here. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to put it away in a minute, but I'm going to keep it real so you see what. Normally, this is what my desk looks like. Normally, my desk has, it's normally over on this side. Reality. Usually, I just have these pens laid out on my desk, and I have my book on here, and I usually have my book opened up to something, whatever. You know, we'll put it to, yeah, we can put it to the dailies. There's nothing important on there. I usually have it opened up to something. It's just laying it wherever it is. And I always have these pens, and these are the pens that I've been using kind of steady throughout the last 6 months. There's a few more because isn't there always a few more pens? But so I've been kind of going back and forth on what to do with my cover. This is the cover that I started the year with. I have an A5 chocolate cover from Hobonichi, and I have a designer cover on cover, has that leaf character on it, and I have really loved it. It gets all these pockets in here. I have all these different little stencils that I bought from Hobonichi, and I found that what I used the most was the green one. And then after that, the blue one I used a lot, and I didn't use the orange one much at all until recently. And every now and then I pulled out this yellow one. I started using it again recently. I have plenty of space in here for larger tip-in things that I like. This is a separate pocket from the pocket that, this is an appointment card or something? Yeah, okay. And that's an appointment card. From the pocket where I slide my book into. And I like the pencil board. And look, all this little pocket here and then the extra pocket there. It's really just been working for me. So I'm very hesitant to move out of it. I think this has been the longest that I've ever stayed in a cover. And I'm not going to say that it was cheap, but compared to all of my beautiful leather covers that I have that are from Chic Sparrow, this is very inexpensive. But I love all these pockets. It's just served me so well. I have never really been able to get on board with this whole double looping thing, But what I really have been doing is this one pen always stays there, and every once in a while my plastic nib, my black archival ink pen, also gets put on there so that when I walk around, and then I don't carry the pencil with me, but I have a pencil in my other, I have another desk, another work area that's more of a work, not creative space, it's more of a workspace. But I have a pencil over there, so sometimes I move this over there back and forth as I'm shuffling through the house. So I am for now going to stay inside of my Hobonichi cover. I may play around with it, and I may possibly move into, I'm trying to take this out delicately while we talk. It doesn't look very delicate, does it? My method, my madness. Oh, my little tabs are in here. I have been hesitating to, here we go. Come on, Lita, you can do this. Cheer me on. Okay. So this is my little mess. So this is my cover, and I've been very hesitant to move out of it for multiple reasons. I've really enjoyed it. Because of like what I just mentioned, all the pockets and this clear cover on cover with a little leaf character. I do like it. I do love it. I do tend to go towards browns. I also like sky blue. I like pastel colored stuff. But also I really kind of liked this plastic. For example, just before I did this video, so what happens is this is my creative space, so it does get messy, it does get dirty. This hasn't been cleaned in a minute. It's been a bit. Actually, I cleaned the dust off just today, but from my desk. But what happens is little bits of pieces or things of like whether it's glue or I don't know, maybe I was eating a guava pastelito, a little bit of guava, or who knows what, maybe a little café con leche was over here. And so it gets onto this cover here, and it's so easy to clean off this plastic cover. And I'm sure if I were to take this cover on cover off, then my brown cover is just in pristine condition. I mean, it's really in great condition because of this fantastic cover on cover. There's a little bit of dirt here, up here at the top, and maybe down here at the bottom, but not so bad. So I'm going to put this stuff to the side. I mean, this is really a lot, isn't it? It doesn't seem like a lot until now that I'm like, don't judge me. You're probably worse. Oh my gosh, I have two little stickers in here. I want to use those. Okay, so I'm going to put this part to the side for a minute just to talk about the actual Hobonichi book and my setup for July. So when I started out in January, as you saw from when I had it inside here, part of the cover gets hidden, this part gets hidden behind it. And yeah, you could see I cut it a little too short, which I was okay with because I knew that was going to be on the inside and nobody was going to see that part really anyway, or I wasn't going to have to see that regularly. Look, I tore that. I didn't do a very good job. Well, it's okay. We're part of being humans is that we're imperfect, and embrace the imperfection, right? So what I did that on this side, and then I didn't have a identical sheet, and I couldn't find another one when I went back. So I never did decorate the back. And here I am talking about imperfection and embracing it, lean into it. But it did bother me a little bit. So this time I went to the store and I found background. I cut and I did the front and the back this time. And then I did put a sticker on here. Not sure if it shows up, but it's kind of like White Mountain and trees on there. And then last time I did this, I did that with one of my 10. This is a 5, but I had a jelly roll and a 10 over here someplace in my little basket here, and I used my jelly roll 10. This is my 8. It's like everything is coming up but my 10. Determined. There's my jelly roll 10, and I wrote that in, live your life by a compass, not a clock. And I really liked it. I really liked this sticker. I kept things kind of simple. I've had this sticker for a long time, and it was inside one of either this front pocket in the corner or the back pocket in the corner. So I decided to put it there and use it this time because one of my big goals for 2021 revolving around my journaling and my planning was that I wanted to use the materials that I had. And I don't want to say I was on a no buy spree, but yeah, kind of, pretty much. Obviously, I bought this sheet of paper and I bought this sheet of paper, and let's be real. You think I went there and really only bought 2 sheets of paper? No. I picked up more sheets of paper. Not too many though. I didn't go too crazy. I think I maybe got 5 or 7 at the most. And I've used 2 of them and I saved the scraps of what I cut off. But I've had this sticker. My youngest daughter gave me this sticker as a gift, so I did use them and I put them in there. So I need something to put here, and I'm debating whether I want to print out something else and put it here or reuse this, because I used this stick it down glue stuff, this paste, to put this on here, and it's like I started playing with it and I noticed I've been picking at it. It's like I could peel it right off at this point, or I could glue it back down. But I might end up putting that here, but I won't do it right now. I'll control myself. Okay, so that's that. Now, I did set up a little bit differently than how I did January through June. This was part of a sticker set that I got from Avec. I'll put a link down below. This had the months with the days, and it had the year for up here, 2021, and I used it in the last one. But you know what I discovered is, and I really did like the sticker set, I did like it. It also came not only with the sticker set to cover up 2021, 2022, it also came with this big square where you could cover up 2020. And I was like, you know, at the time I was like, well, I wasn't sure how this was going to work out for me. I kind of like the idea of being able to look back at the calendars and stuff. So I thought, no, I'm not going to use the cover up. But I didn't end up using these calendars really at all, much of anything. I tried a couple times, like maybe to circle birthdays, but I do like having the calendar, the yearly calendar, and it is something that commonly when I would write in, when I had dotted dot grid type notebooks like the Stalogy, I did used to have a yearly calendar, but that I would handwrite in. So I like having it in case I need to reference back to a certain day and look and see what that day was. Every once in a while that does happen that I need to do that. But what I decided to do, since I didn't really get much use out of it this time, is I went ahead and I used the sticker and I did put it down over 2020. And what I've decided that what I would do is for part of my future planning is I do have a space in here in my yearly section, this for future planning, but I'm going to also use this as additional space for future planning, and I'll show you why. So what I did with my yearly section, in each of the 2 books in the Avec, you get January through December in 2 pages. But in the first 6 months of the year, what I did is I used this, again, Avec stickers, which I really liked. It was January through June. I had all the 12 months here to go on the top, and I also have the day and the date sticker to go down in the vertical column, and I used those. But what I did is I used January through June in my first book, and then from one of my Happy Planner type of sticker books, I took some tape and I just wrote in by hand January through June again. And how I ended up using this yearly section was, these were all words of the day from either dictionary.com or Merriam-Webster dictionary. And what I did is every day of the year I would write in a word of the day, and if I knew it, then that was that. But if I didn't know it, then what would happen is I would go into my weeks section. See how here it is in purple? and I would write it in the word, and I would write the definition. So I was just trying to increase my word base. But so what I've decided to do is something similar. So that was this part of the year I did this, and this was like current events down here. And I don't know what happened with the top. That never really got worked out exactly. I mean, I know what happened to it, but that's a different video. So then I did January through June again, right? So in here, I started doing it like gratitude, but eventually what I realized is I'm like, I need an index. I need an index. I used to have an index. I liked having an index. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do word of the day here, but it's not going to be English. I'm picking a foreign language. And then here's the other half of the stickers from Ariabea's Sticker Club. And I am going to continue to use this as an index. And yeah, my photo of the month will go here. And I still am working on figuring out what I'm doing up there. What am I doing up there? I don't know. But so this will be index, and this will be word of the day, either in French or in Italian. I'm not sure what I'm going to focus on. I'm trying to debate. I'm debating back and forth because I've studied some French, and it makes sense to continue to build on my French or Spanish. Or I could do Italian because I'd really love to go to Italy in the next couple of years. It was what I was supposed to do before COVID happened. In spring of 2020, I was planning to go to Spain. And so that, well, yeah, I was planning to go to Spain. But now I'm like thinking that's not going to happen because so much has changed in my life, and I'd like to go to Italy. So I thought maybe I'll study Italian. So I'm going to do that here. And so that's why July through December, it repeats twice. July through December, July through December. And because the sticker set only came with one tab that said monthly and one tab that said yearly, I did really good. I found a set. I found something that I could use that just has a little sticker, and I'm like, that's fine. I'll know what it is. I don't need it to say monthly. I don't need it to say yearly. I can find it. I know what it is. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm going to only have really July through December, but I do have 2022 here, if something flows over into 2022, I can just use a highlighter here, and then I can write the date, and I can write what it is. And if I need to, I can always add extra post-it notes into this section as well to input any future log items, any future plan items. So that's how I've set up this. My months I'm going to be using for appointments. I haven't put in any of the info. Oh, look, they give you June. I didn't even notice. Just like in the other book, the January one, they actually give you, I believe, December. Yeah. So they give you the month before. I could backdate this and put this stuff in. And then I can also, see, this is why I'm not worried about future planning. So from July through December, the month section is basically, this is where I put my appointments. And when I get to the week section, I look at my month and I put in each week, I look at my month and I put in any events, any appointments that I have that I've planned into my week section. So if when I get to, like, let's say for some reason next week, I make some big plans for something that's going to happen in February of 2022, I'll just come over here and I'll highlight that section, and then I'll write the note up here about what it is, so that when I get to the point where I'm going to be filling out or using a journal, preparing something for 2022, I'll be able to go into here and put anything in that I need to. Okay, so other than that, I use these tabs just like I did again with this Ariabea shop. It came with, I bought this set of sticker tabs for January through June. I bought the clear ones with a black font on there, and I was really happy with it. I've been very happy with it. So I haven't set up my first month yet. I'm ready to, though. These are my dailies. Let me see. My weeklies, I jumped over them because I don't have this inside my book. I use those little dividers. So this is the weekly. So I haven't set up my weekly yet. Here we are. This is this week. And this is why. So here's my weekly. So what's been going on is there is this thing called One Book July. And this year, if you haven't heard of it, I'll try to put a link to it. They do have a video site. Basically, One Book July is where you can take 1 month of the year to try to really simplify things down in your journaling, creative type systems, whether it's planning, whether you journal and write, whatever it is that you're using your products for, that you can try to focus on a specific area. And they usually come up with a theme for that year, but you don't have to follow it. You can do it for yourself as well. Just look up One Book July. Like I said, I'll try to put a link, or you can even see some of my One Book Julys. I'll have some videos from in the past. But so I've been trying to figure out, do I want to do One Book July this year? Honestly, I've always felt like I don't really need to do One Book July. When I was journaling, I've been kind of person that can journal, do everything in one book. So at first time when I heard of One Book July, I was like, well, I already do that. I put everything in one book. But this year their theme anyway is routines and I think habits or trackers, something like that. Routines and trackers, or routines and habits. And the thing is, I used to use I do reflect on my routines, and I have in the past used a lot of different types of trackers, habit trackers. And lately it hadn't really been worked. This year it hadn't worked for me as well as I wanted to. As a matter of fact, in the beginning of this year, if I take you to my daily sections, it's kind of ironic because I was trying to figure out how to use the Hobonichi, the week section. I used some of my stickers, my products, to track some habits here. I did tasks here. I tracked my mood here, and I was trying to track my weight. I always do my weather. So, and then I started trying to, this kept up for a while. I'll do a flip through of my of my book later on if I get the ambition. But so I've never really had a problem to track habits or to reassess routines. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to participate, but I thought, you know what, let me see, because I felt kind of like blah about my week section in the recent past. See, look, well, there's my words. It's like this whole year with the Hobonichi has been an experiment, and I kind of like that because it keeps it all fresh. It kind of keeps it an excitement about using. Can you believe I've been in this book for 6 months? And I've been in this cover for 6 months. For me, that is really amazing, and I'm gonna stay in this for a bit longer. So in One Book July, I thought, let me take this last week of June that goes into the beginning of July, and to see play around with my week section, and to see how I can maybe help to bring some good habits and bring back some of my old habit trackers that were successful for me. So I experimented with my layout, and I started experimenting with my layout actually a few weeks before that. So I changed my mood because I used up all of my mood stickers in the beginning of the year. I used them. I did such a good job of using the things I had instead of buying more stuff. I changed it a little bit. This is my energy bar where I track what my energy level was for the day. And then this is my mood down here where I used one of my little Hobonichi templates to put a circle, and then I would put a face and sometimes a word next to it to describe my mood. And then I changed it. I told you I had that little orange stencil that I never really used. I was like, you know, I want to use this because I want to use the things I have. So I started using a caption bubble, a speech bubble, and putting it by the face, and then I would write a word that kind of summed up what the day was in general. And so I've been doing that, and then now I just took it a step farther, and I was like, I altered things. I made my task list shorter. I added my water back. I used my stencil to put in food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I was tracking health stuff in my Hobonichi weeks, which I have, but I said, let me see about with One Book July, if maybe I can do a thing where I don't use the weeks for my health and fitness, and can I put it all into one thing? And I think that I might play around with it, and I might try it out. I might use July, One Book July is my excuse to look and see if I can condense. I still like the idea of carrying my weeks because there's certain things that I write in there where I could take notes in there. It fits in the wallet that I bought from Hobonichi that goes with it. So I do love it, but it would be kind of nice if maybe I could go back to my old way of really literally having all the things in one thing and just using that as kind of my very convenient small information little book in my bag, you know, because the thing is the A5 is very large and I don't know if that's something I want to commit to carrying around. So I haven't laid out July in here because I'm waiting until the end of the week and seeing. I'm already feeling pretty sure that I'm going to want to change this around a little bit, but that I will finish setting up my weeks in here. But this is kind of where I'm at because like I said, a big commitment that I made to myself was to use my supplies and not to buy a whole bunch of more supplies. I do once in a while buy some more supplies. I'm pretty sure I bought maybe a couple of washi tapes. Maybe not. Maybe I managed to put it back. I have to look through my bag and see. I know I bought those papers, but I might have bought some tape. But I've been trying to really control myself. I think overall I've been doing really well in 2021. But I have this really small thin tape and it's great. It's perfect for sectioning things out. And so I've been using this now as my section for my language. I need to go put my Italian word in here. But maybe I should go to French. Okay, so yeah, that is pretty much it. That is where I'm at with my Hobonichi. I've been really using it up a lot. I've been using my week section. You know, I've been morphing, just kind of playing with it. I'm sure there has to have been in the past months at some point that I must have done some kind of different monthly tapes. I don't know if I did anything for January or February or March. I'll have to go back and look, but I will possibly do a flip through of this now that it's all used. You can see what I feel like I made a really good choice by going with the cousin Avec, because you can imagine when you buy this, it's twice. It's two of these books. This is a book new that hasn't been used yet, right? I mean, I put a little bit. I put the paper in the front and a couple of tabs. That's about it. So it would be like this thick. So, but look how big this thing, how it mushroomed up. Look, this is with me closing it, okay? Look at how it mushroomed. It got chunky, as they like to say. It got chunky from me putting all my little things in there. And I like to put my little things in there, and that's how it should be. You should do what you like. It's your book. Don't let anybody make you feel any kind of way about how you're using your book. You like it chunky? Great. You like it minimal and no stickers and you don't want to draw on there? Then that's great too. It's just whatever. It's your book. And don't let anyone make you feel like you're doing it wrong. If you're enjoying yourself, then you're doing it right. If it works for you, if it's functional for you, or if it just brings you some kind of joy, and that's what you want from it. If you want functionality and it's working, then you're doing it right. If you want to scribble, to watercolor, to glue things in, to put stickers down, and that makes you happy, then you're doing it right. There is not really a wrong way. Don't let anybody do that gatekeeping crap on you. You do your thing and you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm going to start working on filling this stuff in. I guess I have to backdate. No, I'm going to start on July, like for real. So this is what I do is I don't have tabs or a thing for the month because I use these little things. I use this for my month and I use it for my weeks. That's how I find my month and my week section. Okay. So, blah, blah, blah. I chatted your ear off. I hope you enjoyed looking at my little mess. I will put this down below. These are all the stickers that I used in this year. So I'm very proud of myself. I've been using all the stickers from my set and all the stickers and things. I wonder if I have anything left in here. This was the years. This was the months. No, this was all the tabs. I do have something left in here. Oh, guess not. I must have put it into the back. Okay, I think I can throw this out. I think I was keeping this so that in case I wanted to reorder next year. That must be the plan. Yeah, that must be the plan. Yeah. Okay, I will do in the future a flip through of my January through June. Try not to be quite so chatty, but if you're interested in seeing that, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you like this, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the didn't like button. It's okay. It's all good. It's all part of the algorithm. Okay, everyone. With that nonsense, I will let you go, and I will wish you well wherever this meets you at, if it is morning, noon, or night. Take care, everyone. Bye. Happy journaling.